Welcome to December, ladies and gentlemen, and we start looking at the stories of the year in South American football in 2023. No particular order. Whatever ends up kind of being my whim, I'll basically throw it out there. I'll leave it to you guys at the end of the month to kind of sort it out for me, and I'll play it out for you. And we have to start out, of course, Fluminense will definitely be there. Boca's debacle will always be there. River winning the league title with Martin de Michelis will also be there. But if you ask me, the story that has had the most twists and turns, the most ups and downs, the most ins and outs, and the most unbelievable and improbable of twists is definitely that of Botafogo. Botafogo, if you go back to the month of June, July, looked like they were running away with it. When you start looking at July and August, it seemed like no one was going to catch them. When you start looking at August, September, it seemed like they pretty much had it in the bag. When you start looking at September, October, you're like, whoa, what's going on? What? Yeah, exactly that. What's going on? Since then, I'm talking about end of September, early October, Botafogo have gone winless in their last 9. There were one match against Palmeiras, they were ahead 3-0 with about 20 minutes left. Palmeiras turns it around and wins 4-3. Same thing ends up happening against Grêmio. It was a 3-1 advantage that they had in the final minutes, and Grêmio were able to turn it around. They're able to win 4-3. Now, the most improbable of situations ended up happening just the other day against Curitiba. Palmeiras wins, ends up consolidating themselves yet again. Palmeiras, at one point, were 18 points down compared to Botafogo. They're able to race back, surpass Botafogo. So ended up getting a 21-point difference in a span of 3 months to be able to come back, and not only come back, surpass Botafogo, as I said before. But then going back to the match against Curitiba, 0-0, 97th minute, Botafogo score. Game over? No, not quite. They put the ball back down. 99th minute, Curitiba equalizes, and a huge miss for Botafogo. They could have been the only team chasing Palmeiras with 2 rounds left in the Brasileirão. And maybe the story, or some of the headlines will be taken by Palmeiras, no doubt about it, because right now they look on track to be able to win the league title once again. But, many will be looking at the complete choke job of a tournament, especially in the second half of the season, the Brasileirão, that Botafogo had. It's going to be interesting to see how this season ends up being analyzed. So make sure you're checking it out. Make sure you're checking out my newsletter over at Fútbol Sudamericano. Lots of video, lots of written, lots of mix of everything. Depending on how I feel that day, I'll be able to communicate it with you. So make sure you're checking it out there. Make sure you're checking out over on Instagram. Make sure you're checking out Threads. Make sure you're checking out a lot of other things that I'll be doing in the coming months when it comes to South American football. Keep in mind the Copa America draw. Keep in mind a lot of other things that will be coming down the pipe as far as South American football and everything that does revolve around it. So make sure you're checking it out. You know the drill here as far as YouTube is concerned. Let's do it.